Okay, we're in virtual desktop. And we're going to look at Street Fighter 6 with the X-Arcade2 TV and try to get it in VR. So I did another video about like 4-way and 8-way restrictors, and I had like some fundamental misunderstandings of arcade sticks. I'm going to redo that video at some point. I've got some more things to try out before I do that. But I mean, this video has highlighted those shortcomings. I needed to know the controls uh, for setting them up for a fighting game, specifically for Street Fighter. So I'm in X input, the solo or the purple mode, also called like the pinball mode. And this is the layout for it. The LS and the RS, these are also like the LB and the RB. So bumpers I call shoulders. So these are the bumper buttons, left and right, or shoulder buttons on the main an Xbox controller. So your left thumbstick, your right thumbstick, L3 and R3 are pressing down on the thumbsticks as buttons. Mainly I'm using these for fighting. So these are the low, medium, high punch, low, medium, high kick. I've got left trigger and right trigger as, I think, drive parry, which is the medium punch and kick together. And I've got right trigger as the drive attack, I forget what it is specifically, but this is the more of the attack one instead of the parry. And it's the high kick and high punch together. I don't ever use the mouse. I do use the right stick. So like the left stick is for movement and so I'm playing in World Tour, which is like the standalone mode. I'm not playing online, but this lets me move, and then this lets me my camera controls in the World Tour mode. So I'm using this entirely for Street Fighter 6 X-Arcade2TV. I'm not using a game controller too. Then the other controls are like sometimes when I'm in training mode, I've done the L3 and the R3 buttons for seeing some of the attack timing, because I'm not very good at firing off super moves. I don't know if I can't remember if I've used the guide button ever. I do use start to get to the main menu, and in World Tour, the single player mode, I use the back button to like open the player's phone menu, like an in-game menu. This is just another A key that they've duplicated in the purple mode. And then these are the D-pad, left, right, up, and down. So you have basically a full Xbox controller when you're in X input, solo or purple or pinball mode. It's got all the names. So this is what I need to know, and I kind of have this layout memorized in my head for the most part now. Probably going to add some stickers though at some point to the buttons. It is a multiplayer game. I'm not going to play it in a multiplayer game, so when we start modding stuff later on, you need to keep that in mind. I don't think people are getting banned for doing visual mods, but at your own risk. But for now, we're just going to kick it off and play it in 2D mode. I'll show you some of the control changes I made. Not much. Some graphic changes. So it's loading in. I'm able to use the A to skip through the branding.
Street Fighter 6.
I mean, it wants to be online. I wish I could just set it to be offline and not even check If I had it offline, it kept asking me. I finally signed in. So it's got this World Tour mode, the single player. I think this is, probably Battle Hub, and this is like training. I started off with like some training from tutorials in like here, and I'm not playing online because I'll just get my ass kicked. But I will go. I'm enjoying the World Tour right now. But I'm gonna press the 2-player button to get into the menu. Show some settings. So I changed in options. Let's see. Where overall? Okay, so for battling with my avatar, so I'm switching to classic controls. Instead of, right now it starts you off with these new modern controls. I'm trying to learn the classic scheme. So in the control type, I've changed from modern to classic. And then you can see that the punches are X, Y, and L button. So that's X, Y, L button. And then the kicks, A, B, right button. A, B, right button. And then I've got the medium punch and high kick and the high punch and high kick for left trigger and right trigger. So that's what those are mapped to. And I did have to change, I think I had to change the heavy punch and the heavy kick. And I think I remapped the drive parry and the drive, the other drive. I forget what it's called. I haven't actually. They taught it to me in the tutorial, and then I've been in the World Tour for, I don't know, 10 hours, and I haven't got to that yet, so I've forgotten it. Like navigating in here, I'm using the bumpers to switch. So first I need to get out of this. I don't want to change that. But in the avatar battle, so it's the avatar in the World Tour when you're fighting, I changed that to classic as well. It was modern by default. In the overworld, I didn't change these. I changed it to camera assist. I put that on, which makes the camera kind of follow you a little bit, since it's harder to control the camera on a arcade stick. Audio, nothing, language, graphics. So what did I change here? So some resolution stuff, yeah. With the borderless windowed, changed this. I bumped up the frame rate from 60 to 90. I mean, there's other stuff that I could turn off. Like typically they want you to turn off blur and stuff for VR, but I left all of that for now. Screens, so there's lots of stuff that you would normally turn off for VR, but we're going to just leave everything else for right now. And this input delay reduction, I turned it on. They kind of gave you a warning if there's problems, come and turn it off, but I turned that on and it's okay so far. I'm not good enough with the fighter to know if it actually has done anything. And then you can exit the desktop if you want to exit here. That's just one thing to keep in mind. But let's get back and go into the World Tour and just take a look. Hit the streets! And then we'll talk about some of the other options. So I'm using the left stick to kind of push, and it can you can see the cameras try to follow me around a little bit. It's not great, but if I use this stick, I can tweak the camera. So I'm totally it's like a big game controller at this point. I can navigate around. I can look up and look down using the right stick. Not bad. And then you can do some moves in here, like the spin kick. So that's using this kick. So this is I think the more of them, like some World Tour specific controls. This. If I click that, these are my ones I have right now. Tomahawk. I don't think I've ever. What's a Tomahawk Buster? Oh, that's awesome. And it looks like, so it's the LB, so it looks like I switch to some more as I learn. I get more masters to teach me. So where you can see also where it's the right stick settings, I believe that would be one of these buttons, probably this one. I think the right is usually the lower one. That's probably going to open up those settings. But here, then if I hit this back button, that brings in the in-game menu. And then I can mess around in here, which has been good. And then exit out of here. So I've started out playing like, I mean, it's just I'm just using VR to give me a big screen. But my streaming, my PC is, I'm getting Wi-Fi 6. It's been, I haven't noticed. I'm using virtual here for my input. So that's also connected to the wired mesh network. And I haven't noticed like delays or, again, I'm not good enough fighter to know if that would really matter, but it seems it's been good so far. I'm enjoying it. But let's not get into a fight here. Let's fight in one of the other ones, but let's try to look at one of the other ones. So I'm going to hit here and go to the main menu. Exit out. I'll go over some of the things I tried. Like, so when I did a whirlwind tour of how to get stuff into 3D with Pinball FX, one thing I liked was the reshade. And reshade's super interesting because, well, it does support DirectX versions, and my understanding of Street Fighter 6 is DirectX 12, so reshade should definitely support it. It has this Overwatch, so we've always just been doing super depth, but Overwatch is another, I guess I'm not sure if I could call it a script or what I need to call it specifically, but it's one of the shaders that comes with it. It looks like it also has its own anti-aliasing built in, but there's what's this, Blue Sky Defender. He's going and like adding his settings that he finds for games into Overwatch, and Street Fighter 6 is in Overwatch. So my idea was like, well, if I'm going to load Reshade, I'm going to hook it up to Street Fighter 6. It's going to automatically do the settings I need. I'll just need to go in and wire up super depth 3D. Granted, I may need to go in and change some settings like turning off anti-aliasing and stuff that was causing trouble with, like we saw in Pinball FX, that it just Reshade's not able to find the buffer. So I did attempt this, but when I attempted this, I was just having issues. So Street Fighter would crash, but also my virtual here would just not work, or this would give me an error. I just really have no clue how that was getting affected by it. But it seemed to be it. It happened twice, and then Street Fighter was crashing. One time it just like ran out of memory. So I kind of gave up on Reshade since it was presenting two different problems. The Discord for Blue Sky Defender, you can get it off Super Depth 3D. Sounds like somebody has gotten it to work with Reshade, and he mentioned that you needed DX input 8 DLL, and I didn't know. I still don't entirely know what he means, but let's look at the next thing that we'll try. And I'll try both of them because I've only ever done one of them, but it's more fun if we watch me fail live. So like let's look at this one, and we can potentially revisit Reshade, but I probably won't because I like the other one that works. So, Street Fighter 6 is using the Resident Evil game development tooling for it's Capcom, right? So they make the Resident Evil games. And Praydog, the same guy that has done UE/VR, which is incredible, also has this REFramework, also incredible. And it's amazing for getting the Resident Evil games into VR. So I've played supported games. I've done Resident Evil 2 and 3 using this to play them in VR. Super scary. And well, here we go, Street Fighter 6. I have played Resident Evil 4, but on the Quest. I mean, some of these other later Resident Evils are probably too scary for me. I don't think I'm ready for those yet. But so this one is where I look at the one. This is one we're going to try first. Is it says non-VR, extract only the dinput 8 DLL into your game folder. So in the Discord where the guy was saying the Discord for Super Depth 3D that he got it to work with dinput, I'm wondering if it's this. I'm wondering if he grabbed this, he threw it into the game folder, and then he was able to use Reshade. For now, I'm just going to try putting that in there because this is the REFramework. It's a mod framework for non-VR and VR. So the one thing I've never tried is the non-VR. And we're going to look at that, but we're not going to look at it here because this other thing that it's got is this like I always use the nightly well, let's go back. If I'm here and I go to the latest releases, what do I want? No, I want, show me. Come on. There we go. I want the tags. So this was the 2025, right? Forever ago. But in the downloads, see, it's like newer builds. So like note that. But it's got all these, it's all split up by games. So SF6 would be Street Fighter 6, but 2025, so I didn't use any of these. I think I might have used some of these for Resident Evil, the specific ones. I can't remember entirely. It's been a while. But let's go back. So I would do, like I would search for REFramework, GitHub, and then I am going to the nightlies. And if I'm here, so 4 days ago, that's way cooler. So I've downloaded REFramework and the VR.zip. So REFramework's one that's going to have the direct input 8 in it. We're going to try that first to see if there's anything that we can notice. So if I go here, browse local files. So that's my Street Fighter 6. Was it in downloads? Yeah, here. So I did download that SF6, the one from 2025, but I haven't unzipped it. But if I just go to the REFramework download, it's got the direct input 8. So let's just drag that over and see if we notice any change. Yeah, let's try it. Okay, so that's the menu kicking in for REFramework. What is it? I think it's the insert key. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. So Reshade would be home. REFramework is in the key. But right now, I mean, this looks identical to what we just had. It did bring open the menu. So I'm assuming that means that's where I'd be using the REFramework just to hook in one of the other, like some other mod that you might be using REFramework for. Because I'm not seeing any. There's no other changes. Let's just, and so that, but maybe that having that that direct input 8 in there, maybe that's what allows reshade to work now. But we're not going to do that. Let's get out of here and do the next part. Come on, Cloud. So now I've still got my local files, but my other download was the VR.zip from the Nightlies. So I downloaded this. So I clicked the wrong one. Talked about it, right? So here we go. I'm just going to drag these files now over to Street Fighter 6. Okay, so those are copied over. And I think now when I launch, it's going to kick Street Fighter 6 into VR. That's not VR. Oh, there's VR. I saw it pop up. Oh my gosh, we're in VR. Here's that menu right in front of me. I can get rid of it using my... Oh, it just went away. Okay, on its own. That's good. Alright, so is my X-Arcade working?
Street Fighter 6.
No, I don't think so. Let me go to... I'm going to get to virtual desktop and... Oh, okay, I think X-Arcade's not getting the input because Steam VR has is stealing the keys. So let's minimize that, switch back to VR, and press the any button.
Street Fighter
okay,
6.
X-Arcade2TV is working. Let's see if I get banned. This is really annoying. I wish I could basically just do a setting to say, hey, I'm not skilled enough to play online. Skip this internet check or do it in the background and just let me get in and play single player mode. All right. All right, so the upper right is correct, the upper left is correct, this lower is correct. In the middle, this is those 3 selections. World Tour, Battle Hub, Fighting Ground. And that's just way too small. I kind of move around. And also when I'm using my stick, it's kind of even pushing it further back. Or no, not shifting it to the left. Okay, let's go on the World Tour and see if it fixes itself. Wait, let me try to bring up the menu first. All right, this is good. Oh, you can see it's still shifting as I move my arcade stick. B to get out. Let's go on the World Tour. Hey, it's World, yeah. So usually I'd have like the blue background. That blue background, I guess, is that little very far away blue rectangle in the background. That's messed up, but I just don't care. Everything else looks good.
Hit the streets.
All right, okay, well, I got a black box in front of me. I hope that goes away. World is loading in. Oh wow, I'm in VR. All right, so that black box became my HUD. HUD looks great. I can see stuff. Got a cop right next to me. I'm in VR. So I see some shininess on like the water on the street. That restaurant, the Wendy's, I guess, or knockoff, whatever it is. So I probably would go into the graphics and dial down either some maybe reflections and bloom and stuff like that. But by default, it's good, and I mean, it looked good in 2D. This is very immersive. Oh, the stars are just messed up. Stars are like shifting way too much when I move my head around. Don't look at that. Oh wow. I think I'm definitely appreciating the city more. I definitely need to dial down some of this stuff though. Let's try to go into graphics real quick and we'll turn some of this stuff off. Motion blur is off. Let's turn those off. Okay, streets look better already. Ambient occlusion? I don't know. I don't see it causing ambient occlusion on or off. I'm gonna leave it on for now. Screen space reflections though, definitely off because that takes care of the water problem. Motion blur is already off, VSync off, NPCs crowded. Anti-aliasing off. Give me some anti-aliasing. Subsurface scattering. Me. Depth of field effect. I don't know. Can't notice anything. Alright, well that's fine for now. Let's see what that looks like. Alright, let's... Yeah, a little better. Stars are still horrendous. Okay. I mean, I feel like I'm noticing like graffiti on the street and stuff right now because I can just look around, right? In the normal 2D, I was basically never like looking up or down. Now I'm just kind of running around, but also using my head to look around. And I'm noticing a lot more detail that I missed otherwise. Let's just go get in a fight, and then we'll switch to daytime. It's nighttime. There's usually these guys all around. Oh, here's a guy.
Let's just take it easy.
I'm kind of leveled up to where they're not just fighting me now, but I can attack them to get them to fight. Let's go get a group of them.
Spinning blur kick.
Engage! Fight!
I mean, if I'm attacking, I'm the bad guy. This looks pretty awesome. I don't know who I'm fighting as. Oh, my bar for my health is jacked right there, I guess because I was moving my head. Wait, who was I fighting as? I don't know who I got skill points as. Okay, let's switch to daytime. Got this hang out real quick. Day. Okay, day. There's less hoodlums. Or people wearing cardboard boxes on their head. Let's go to Chinatown. Oh, I need to show you. Let's check out the in-game menu, see if that looks. So I'm hitting the back key. Alright, this looks fine. So here's, oh, that's like my character is too far again. So there's some, oh, okay, this is not right. So I should be able to see my super moves, and they should be right there. And I don't know if you can see this, but there's a little video supposed to be playing right there, and I kind of have to move really forward to see what it is, and I shouldn't have to. That's like the view window or something like that is just totally off shift. Yeah, there it's gone too. Okay. So this is that's a problem. All my items are the same way. So here's where I should be able to see like my drink items to recover vitality and such. And I don't know if you can see it, but right now they're just kind of blank squares with a count. Now if I kind of hover over each of them, I can see it. And the screen's kind of shifting too when I use my directional key. So this does make it tough. So I might have to try reshade again. Unless I can find out some way to improve this.
Huh?
Alright, let's just run over to Chinatown and see it in VR, and then we'll end this. What do I have to say? Pretty cool. I mean, yeah, this is just looks way better to look around in here in VR. Got Chun-Li. Yeah, like I never looked around here. It's pretty cool. Oh, there used to be that other girl here. She's gone. Alright, pretty cool. That's all.